Most finance gurus on YouTube will tell you this.
If you want to get rich, quit your 9 to 5 job and start your own business.
Sounds easy, right? Well, if you've heard of this saying that says it is easier said than done, that is what it is. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 reasons why 9-to-5ers never escape the 9-to-5 rat race. I'm going to be sharing with you tips that help me escape that phobia while trying to quit my 9-to-5 job. Hello smart quitters, welcome to my channel. As you all know, my name is Prince Emetu. So without wasting your time on this video, because this video is going to be quite lengthy, let's dive straight into it. The first reason why most 9-to-5ers never escape the 9-to-5 rat race is living paycheck to paycheck. Have you ever been in that situation whereby at the end of the month you are happy that salary is going to drop? As soon as the salary drop, you'll be happy for like that day, maybe 2 days, or max that first week of the month. And funny enough, on the second week, you're already broke, angry, and exhausted. So if you have been in such a state, let me know in the comment section how you felt. Like some of you know, when I started working with my current company, my startup pay was quite good. After about a year and 3 months, I noticed that it wasn't good enough again. Because what happened? Inflation came in, cost of and standard of living also increased drastically, especially here in Nigeria. After about a year and 3 months, I noticed that my startup salary was no longer footing my bills, and I was living paycheck to paycheck. It was quite exhausting, guys. I felt at some point I even lost the interest of going to work. On a Monday morning, I'll be very, very angry. On a Friday, I'll be the most excited person in the office. That is when it dawned on me that I need to upskill. Why? Because the high earners in my company are those who have those skills that I needed to upskill to. And that was where I started sourcing for solutions to this problem, to this fear that I had. And this takes us to the next reason why most 9-to-5ers fear to quit their job, which is lack of valuable skills. Have you ever seen someone who is in a company and have worked in that company for 6 to 8 years and yet have not learned a thing or a skill from that company that he is working at? Sounds ridiculous, right? But it actually happens. You understand? So there are some people that pay no mind to valuable learning of skills. They just care about at the end of the month, let them just collect what is theirs, the salary, and that is okay for them. I also know of someone that out of anger because of the way his boss spoke to him, he tendered his resignation letter to his boss without even having a valuable skill of his own to go and hunt in the job market again for. Funny enough, that person is not happy with the way his life turned out today, and he's always regretting his decision, especially anytime we both are having conversation. So what's the point of these stories? Before you even take that leap of going to hand over your resignation letter, check yourself and ask yourself this question: are you prepared to leave that job and start your own business with a skill you have? Did you learn any skill while working at that particular company that you are with? So if your answer is no, my brother, please carry your chair, sit down, and wake up, start learning a skill so that you will not find yourself in that situation again tomorrow. If your answer is yes, now have you tested the waters? Have you tried? Now, if you want to understand what I mean by testing the waters, you can watch this video where I talked about the 3 things I'm putting together before I quit my job, so that you can understand what I mean by testing the waters. If you have found any value in this video, please endeavor to like, share, turn on your bell notification icon while you subscribe. Now, moving on. Once you learn this valuable skill, take note. You might, if your boss is someone who appreciates effort, you might get a good pay raise. And if you do that, if you get that good pay raise, I will advise you not to just leave that company. Build your financial capability first before leaving or before starting your business, which takes us to the next point that I'm going to be giving you today, which is avoiding lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is something that can never be overemphasized in your journey to wealth. It is something that if you don't take time, it could keep you at a spot for the next 20 to 30 years, and you will not even know that you're still at that same spot. You'll just feel that since you have everything around you, you are okay until you hit 50. What am I saying? Until you hit 45, when retirement will come, that is when you start running the rat race that you should have run before that time, maybe in your early 30s, in your early 40s max. Now, this also has a lot to do with psychology, because if you're not psychologically ready for this, you could be influenced even by your peers They will push you into buying, okay, let's go clubbing, let's go hang out, let's go and spend, let's go and at least go and chill. You've been working. My brother, those people that are advising you, that some of them have built up their emergency fund for even a year. So you will be foolish to just join them. Some of them even have side hustle that are fetching them extra money aside that salary. But bro, you only have your salary. I will advise you, you should avoid lifestyle creep at all costs. That's how serious that matter is. Why I'm emphasizing that is because I was also caught up in that lifestyle creep. At some point, it started getting into my head that after I'm earning big, I can at least afford one or two. I can afford to even eat out, to go out and hang out with some friends. But at some point, I started realizing that no, that's not the right way to go. I have a lot that I need to put into consideration, which leads us into the final reason for phobia of leaving your 9 to 5 job, which is no clear exit plan. Now, a lot of people just wake up, go hand in resignation without even having an exit plan. The Bible, which is the only book for Christians, made us to understand that he that fails to plan plans to fail. Now, I'll take that and put it into this particular section. In as much as you want to quit your 9 to 5 job, you must have a solid plan on how you want to do this. You must have your checklist. If you want to see mine, you can click this video here. You must also have other side hustle ideas that you want to start, or side business ideas that you want to start, and to some extent they must already be running before you tender that resignation. Avoid tendering your resignation letter when you don't have those side hustle running and giving you consistent income. When it dawned on me that I needed to start hustling for starting my own business, or thinking of quitting my 9 to 5 job, it dawned on me that I had to have some plan. I went into deep research. I checked my financial capability, checked my financial status as at that time, and I noticed that I was nowhere near resignation. It dawned on me, and I had to come back and re-strategize. That was when I started this series of journey to quitting my 9 to 5 job. And if you have been following that series, you'll see that I had a checklist. Although I didn't, at some point, I stopped following that checklist in the order I wrote them, because it looked easier writing it from the beginning. But at some point, there's some level you get to, you now notice that no, you have to skip some steps, go down, do those ones, then before you come back and continue from where you stop. So that was why I had to go back and re-strategize and come back and continue building this great community. Honestly, I must say, I really appreciate you guys for encouraging me through this journey. I see your views, I see your likes, I see your comments. Please do continue to support me. Subscribe if you haven't. Like, share this video so that we could all build a community of smart quitters where we don't just quit, we just level up. If you have created your exit plan properly, it will now lead us into our bonus tip for today, which is timing. Timing is everything. Timing is business, timing is life, timing is debt, timing is everything. So if you want to quit your 9 to 5 job, if you miss the right timing for it, you are going to fail. If you quit your job too early, you will end up returning back to the corporate world. And if you leave your job too late, you might miss an opportunity that your business would have given to you, and you will end up running back to your corporate world. So how do you get that timing right? When do you know that it is the right time to quit your job? I'll leave that as a question for you in the comment section. Please let me know your thoughts, share your ideas. When do you think is the right time to quit? Let's discuss it in the comment section. And until next time, remember, smart quitters, we don't just quit, we level up. Bye for now.